What's going on, people? This is your post-match discussion with Bryan Martin United. Manchester United 3, Burnley 2. First 3 points of the season. First win of the season. Let's go. You should be feeling good right now. We should all be feeling good right now. We should be feeling good right now. First 3 points against a tough Burnley side. They were not a walk in the park. I said it in my match preview. I said Burnley are good defensively. We will have to be patient and keep chipping away at them to break them down. And we did that. We did that. We kept chipping away and we broke them down. Sure, we got an own goal for the first goal, which I called, by the way. I will clip that up and post it later. I called that. A great goal by Bryan Mbeumo. And Bruno Fernandes finished it off with a captain's penalty. Burnley had a couple from Lyle Foster and Jaden Anthony. I mean, they had some good goals too, right? Again, Burnley were not a walk in the park. I think Burnley are going to be a problem this season for a lot of teams. So I will say hats off to them for competing and for really giving us a bit of a show. I in my pre-match I said they're not coming to entertain. They did entertain. They absolutely entertained. They went for it. So hats off to them for going for it and for coming out with their heads up and chest out against the mighty Manchester United. However, we prevailed and we now have 3 points in the bag. So let's see where that puts us in terms of the standings. So that jumps us up to ninth place in the standings with one win, one draw, and one loss as we head into this international break. That puts us on 4 points, just 3 points off of Chelsea, who are in the lead right now. I know, again, way too early, right? 3 games in. Let's not get too excited, too carried away. But I'm getting excited and carried away, right? We're only 3 points off a top spot in the Premier League. Let's go. Going for the lead. We got the talent to do it. Again, I know what you're saying. Like, Brian, you were Amram out. I still have my doubts. I still have my doubts about Amram. But today, it looked like the players were a bit more fluid. And I am not sure if that was Amram's doing or if that was the players doing, but I'm going to credit Amram with that. Maybe he's taken the shackles off a bit and said, guys, play a bit more free. I'm not sure, but whatever it was, it worked today. We created well. Again, my way of defining opportunities versus chances, the opportunities that we created were good. Created good opportunities, but then like that actual chance to score was a bit lacking at times, right? So when I say chance to score, I mean that final pass that sets up a Sheshko or a Xerxes or an Mbumo or a Cunha or a Bruno or an Ahmad. You know what I mean? Like that final pass. But the opportunity is the play that leads up to that final pass where there's the 1-2s, the flicks, the this and that, the clever runs, right? So we created a lot of opportunities and we did it well, but then creating the chances, that final pass, like I said, is where we kind of fell off a little bit. So we need to improve on that. This game really could have been 5-3. The reason why I say 5-3 or even 6-3 is because, again, we had chances. Xerxes had one where he decided to go down for a penalty, although I think he could have scored that. Maybe VAR should have looked at it, but who knows? I think Burnley were hard done by. I think their third goal, I believe it was, or would have been their second goal at the time, was called offsides. It appeared that they were ruled offsides because a non-scoring part of the attacking player's body was ahead of a non-scoring part, if you will, of the defender's body, which I didn't think that counted, but I guess it does. I mean, again, I didn't have the sound on, so I didn't hear the explanation. I'm just going off that little VAR line and chart thing that they show. So it looked a little bit suspect, but in the end, doesn't matter. We came away with it. We deserved it. We created more. I think we were better on the day than Burnley by, enough of a margin to deserve the win. Again, like I said, Burnley came out and they took a swing at us and they swung hard. So again, hats off to them. I hope they have a successful Premier League season. But as I always say, just not against us. A couple other things that I will say. Sheshko, I liked how he threw his body about today, trying to get on the end of stuff. It shows that when you dump crosses into the box with a striker like him, he will get on the end of it, right? I mean, the guy is what, 6'5", so he should be getting on the end of things. But Yeah, it was good to see that. I think it was good for him to get a taste of it, actually getting on the end of crosses and fighting for crosses, right? I think before, he wasn't quite getting that opportunity when he was getting minutes. But today, I don't know what happened, but we were just dumping the ball in. We are getting buys in the box, like I've been saying we need to do. And that body includes Sheshko, who got in there on the instant crosses, wasn't successful, but he was threatening. He was threatening, and you want that from your striker. You want the other team's center backs to feel like they need to keep an eye on your striker at all times. Also, Bryan Mbeumo, I think he got his most joy when he was playing more centrally, which I've been saying. I think Bryan Mbeumo does better in a more central role. Yes, as a 10, he is supposed to be a bit more central, but I feel like too many times he gets shunted out to the wings, right? And I feel like it's Cunha in there operating a lot centrally. I think Bryan Mbeumo does better when he operates a bit more centrally. I even think that he and Sheshko could potentially battle it out for a striker position or a starting striker berth. Xerxes gets thrown in there as well, although I feel like he's more of a 10. And speaking of 10s, I feel like our 10 position today was a revolving door. I think everybody played there. I think even I played there at some point today. I mean, we had Manu there at one point, Bruno there at one point, Xerxes there at one point, and Bumo there at one point, Cunha there at one point. I think even Mount there at one point. I think we had 6 different guys rotate into that 10 spot at least at some point for a few minutes, at least at some point during today's match. So yeah, a lot of 10s on the pitch, a lot of 10s in the squad. Um, yeah, Kobe Mainu had a solid game today. Had a couple of iffy passes. I still don't think he's a center mid. I think he is a 10. I think that's his best role. Um, same with Bruno, same with a lot of the guys I just named. Um, and so, yeah, I don't think center mid is for him. I know that he is still looking for a move away to get more playing time ahead of the World Cup. I don't blame him. Um, I think he wants to play in a 10 role. I don't think he wants to play center mid. I don't know the guy. I haven't spoken to him. That's just my hunch, my thought, right? Who doesn't want to be further up attacking closer to the opponent's goal, right? I mean, we all want to score goals, right? Or at least create chances. So I think he wants to play in that 10 role. Amram gave him a few minutes there today, but I think he wants to go somewhere where he can be permanently in that 10 or cam kind of role. So watch this space on that. Again, speaking of that, the transfer window closes Monday night. So we have little time for things to happen on the transfer front. Um, what else did I note? Need to fine tune passes, like I said. There was a bit more fluidity. The game could have been 5-3. Yeah, I think that's really most of what I have for you for my post game today. Please do like, share, subscribe, and follow. That would really help me out. I'm on the road to trying to get 100 subscribers, so please be a part of that. Get in on the action. Also, just a quick programming note. So I have been doing game live streams, but what I think I might do, the way I think I can better serve you guys and better bring you content is if I continue to do my match previews, then I do a halftime live show, which you guys should tune in for. And then I'll do a post match like this. And if you guys are feeling it, we'll do the post match live. And if you guys are really into it, then we'll start watching the games together. But I think I'm going to make that shift for now so I can do a little bit better for you guys. But again, get in the comments, subscribe, email me, whatever, send the carrier pigeon, let me know what you think. And I will see you on the next match, which is in a couple of weeks because we have the international break. Although I probably will do some international break stuff. I might stream some USA games. Obviously, I'm American. I might stream some England games. I might stream some other games. Of course, I will probably try and do some women's matches as well because, I mean, football is football to me. I love all kinds of football. So stick around and please turn on those notifications so you don't miss a video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.